Welcome to Saturday Morning Tutorials!
Oh, where am I? Whoa! Come on.
Stop! Look, man, I don't have any money. The best I can do is I can give you my ProductionCrate Pro membership, the most valuable thing I own.
What? No, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna take Okay, look at this. Your little joyrides across the expanse are causing space-time continuum tears everywhere. It is my job to make sure you stop that.
I'm sorry, man. I like the space-time continuum. I didn't mean to mess it up.
Oh, I don't care. And it's nothing personal, but you gotta go home. All right, look, just don't tell anybody I told you this, but there's a spaceship like a quarter mile that way.
Oh, all right, thanks, Owen. I got a ship to catch, so
Spaceship.
follow me on Twitter, at Adrian C. Jensen.
I don't know what that is.
Bye.
Nice kid. He's gonna die.
The original Predator movie was released in 1987.
Nice fact, nerd.
Thank you. The iconic visual effects associated with the claw-toting, laser-tracking alien hunter have been used in every sequel since. Let's start off with the thermal vision.
First, we have to rotoscope out our subject. There's really no avoiding it in this case because both me, who is the subject,
It looks like you're trying to avoid it, running around like that.
and in the camera, we were both moving around so much, man, so a green screen would have been really difficult.
Yeah. So once your rotoscoping is done, bring it back in over your background. We want two layers here, our background and our matted out subject.
Create a new adjustment layer and apply the Colorama effect. Ooh, so colorful. Looks bad though.
It does look not good.
Well, don't worry about that. It's gonna look bad for now.
It does look bad.
It's gonna continue looking bad for a little bit.
We'll work off of the ramp gray preset. At the top of the color wheel, there's actually two triangles, a black one and a white one. The black one can stay black, but the white one will change to a bright yellow. The color picker on this effect is outdated, so choosing colors is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. About a third of the way around the circle on the left side, add a new point and make this one a reddish orange. Then on the other side, add another and make this one a dark red. And directly next to that one, make another one that is a dark blue. This will give us a clean separation between what's warm in the scene and what is not. You'll see.
Now we need to color correct the background and the talent, that's me, separately, which we can do because we rotoed it.
Oh yeah.
Put a curves or a levels on the background and darken it until it turns blue.
On your actor, if you have an actor, we didn't, so we used Adrian. Do the same thing, but opposite. Brighten them up until all the blue is gone. Hey Adrian, don't be sad.
Thank you,
Orange.
Chris. All of the blue is gone. In our case, Adrian, that's me, was wearing pants that are significantly darker than his shirt, which is causing them to look as if his legs are cooler in temperature than the rest of them, which does not make sense. I'm equally cool all over, man. We can fix this by duplicating that layer, disabling the levels effect, and using an extract filter to get rid of all the lighter colors, leaving only the darks. Then redo the levels until they match.
This type of effect looks cool with some HUD elements, so we got some off of
FootageCrate.com.
Great website if you've never heard of it. We also have the After Effects project file for those HUD elements if you want to use them and have a little bit more control of the elements, but it is for pro users only, but you're a pro, so don't even worry about it.
Hey, acronym boy, what does HUD stand for?
HUD stands for Heads Up Display.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Some additional glow on an adjustment layer on top of everything will help soften the effect overall and makes for a great finishing touch.
Nice. For the cloaking effect, we shot the Time Cop on a green screen and Adrian on an equally green screen. And we got a clean plate, also green.
You probably already know we use a displacement map effect.
I did it, I knew it, I knew it.
Wow.
Yeah. Now we're done here, right? It's just that easy.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. Let's have a look at the displacement map layer.
We have the keyed out time cop layer tinted black and white, but we did the same sort of trick as before, where we isolate the shadows and brighten them up. We want this whole thing to be kind of even in tone. Having his shirt displace more or less than his skin just because it's darker in color does not make sense. That's not how cloaking works.
That's not how cloaking works.
That's not how cloaking works.
It's not how. There's also an adjustment layer with masks to blur out some of the details. For example, his name is printed on his shirt, but it's not 3D, so it shouldn't displace differently than the rest of the shirt. So we just blurred that sucker right out.
Finally, there's another layer with the gun and the arm separated out and colored a bit brighter. This is because the gun and arm are closer to the camera, so they probably should displace the background more than the rest of the time cop.
We brought that displacement map layer below all the other layers and turned off its visibility.
Under the main keyed out time cop layer, we added an adjustment layer and immediately set it to use the time cop layer as an alpha matte. This is so we don't get any crazy edges.
We added a displacement map effect to that layer and set our displacement map comp as our displacement map layer. Duh.
This might cause some black or transparent edges to pop up, so we can get rid of those with the motion tile effect. Check the mirror edges and turn it up as high as you need. Don't go much higher than you need though, because the more you turn this up, the more the render time adds. The more it adds to the render time. This effect needs to be placed before your displacement map effect. Do not forget to do that.
For some extra detail, we added a turbulent displace with a low size but a high amount.
Low size but a high amount.
Right, we tracked a point on the time cop. In this case, it was his lav mic, because we here at ProductionCrate are not ashamed of our lav mics.
Let's show a montage of all the time you can see the mics in the shot. We're so lazy when it comes to very specific things.
We parented the offset turbulence to that, so as the time cop moves, the displacement moves with him. We put this effect before the displacement map as well.
To animate time cop back in, we used two methods. The first is a simple animated luma key, so the brighter parts come in first. The second is using a fractal noise luma matte. This is just to add some additional randomness and detail. The offset turbulence of this layer is parented to the time cop movement, just like we did on the turbulent displace.
For the blue electric outlines, that's just another copy of the time cop layer with a fine edges effect, tinted blue, and yet another fractal noise as a luma matte. This one has the evolution keyframe to make it go crazy, which gives us more of an erratic electric effect. We also used a clip from ProductionCrate called Static Mid and colored it blue to add some additional electricity.
Nice. Did you use any blending modes on those layers?
Absolutely. Use add.
We added a few plants in the foreground for some extra depth. We got the plants from graphicscrate.com, animated them with a turbulent displace and the puppet pin tool. We color corrected them to match the rest of our footage and blurred the heck out of them. Yup, the heck.
Wow. Since this shot was the only static shot in the entire sketch, we added a little bit of camera shake to liven it up a bit.
Nice, and that is how we made the Predator effects.
Cool, what are we gonna do next week?
Next week, we're gonna be creating some insanely rad content, so there's not gonna be a Saturday morning tutorial.
What?
I know, calm down, it is sad stuff, but the week after, we will be back with an effect that you have requested.
Me?
Yeah, you, all of you, everyone in the world has requested this effect at one point or another, so yeah, we're all gonna be happy. I'm happy already.
Okay, bye.
All right, everyone, goodbye. So you have to be heartfelt about that. Like, you're saying bye to these people. You're just saying bye.
We are saying goodbye for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Hey, no, this is going to be a long 2 weeks without ProductionCrate.
I'll still have ProductionCrate.
No, I will too. I feel bad for everyone.